is happening. It's actually fucking happening. I'm actually super excited to finally talk about this show, and as the brand new first episode of Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2. A show that I have already talked about a couple times in the past, and I've been super looking forward to, given that this is one of those isekai shows that I have been super hooked on, and I've been wondering when we get a season 2, given the amount of pushback this show has garnered for such a long time now, ever since the release of its first season and the release of the movie that came out back in 2019, respectfully. And again, I feel like today's first episode, and solely this first episode, I feel like was able to capture and spark the interest as to why Yojo Senki, aka Saga of Tanya the Evil, was just so good and unique for its time. And I really like it. It just this first episode in a nutshell just showcases why Tanya is such a goddamn menace to her own society, and being lost in the post-war World War One world itself is still so cool, and the world that it could be explored upon is endless. So the best way I can really describe this first episode is that it seems that this takes place obviously not only after the events of the movie and the first season to the extent that it is, but this takes place now where Tanya has become the big, powerful general that she is always destined to be, but she is now tasked with a challenging challenge, which is to train a new group of soldiers for the new generation for her new faction. And they turn out to be the worst fucking soldiers imaginable. We're talking like people who just shot off tons and tons of mortars for sport, to people who don't know how to use a tank properly, to those that are like, digging through some trench fair warfare that don't know how to do trench fair warfare. And in classic Tanya fashion, this of course pisses her off to the point that she realizes that, okay, I gotta switch things up, I gotta keep my demeanor afoot, because at the end of the day, this is my reputation on the line. I gotta make sure that I train these newbies to know how war works, god damn it, because this is my country and I gotta defend it. And that's kind of like the passion and the thought through that I'm getting off of this first episode. And I really like it, man. It's bombastic, it's explosive, and I understand that for anyone who's like brand spanking new to this franchise, I would highly recommend you to obviously check out the first season and the movie to get a bigger context, because many of people who are going to check out the second season are going to immediately assume that, oh, this is like a war type of anime show. But again, this is essentially a isekai show that came out during the high time prime when ReZero season 1 came out, and Konosuba was on the rise, and Overlord was also on the rise too. And again, I want to emphasize this really clearly, is that this first episode is really good. It's starting off really strong off the bat. It still has its humor, like its dark humor moments. It has its really nice, strong animation qualities that really showcases why Nut Studios is one of the more underrated anime studios of this current generation, in my opinion. And furthermore, all I have to say is that going into season 2, I'm just hoping that the story doesn't deviate. I'm hoping that it doesn't like lose its steam, its momentum that the first episode has kicked us off with. And I'm really hoping that in a way it does tie into the events that happened of the movie, since we did get a glimpse of a main character from the Tanya movie that really played a role, and seems like it's going to play a role in the second season. But overall, Saga of Tanya: The Evil Season 2 is really good. It's off to a really strong start. We're only one episode in. I guess if I had to throw in one more complaint out the way, is that I wish this was 24 episodes long, god damn it. 12 episodes, I feel like it's not enough after this huge wait, but you know what? 12 episodes we're gonna get from Nut Studios from this second season. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching and talking about the show, and I'm hoping it lives up to the hype and the amount of like expectations this show had going for it, because this is a beloved isekai show that I've been dying for to see a season 2 for years, and I'm glad it's finally here. And yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I'll see you on the next one later.